What up, good people? Huge shout out to Checker Flag BMW for allowing me to review the 2026 BMW X3. What up, good people? Today we're reviewing the 2026 BMW X3. This particular model is wrapped in a dark graphite, and man, that thing looked nice. The color looked gray, like it looked gray even though it's the dark graphite. And as you can see, this is illuminating, so you got the illuminating grill, kitten grill, standard, you know what I'm saying, on the thing. And then you have your active grill shutters right there, and then on the front bumper right there on the low end type deal, on the grill you have your parking sensors right there and right there, and you got a little air duct right there so the air can escape through, air can go through the intercooler, and then you got your active grill shutters. So yeah, that is pretty dope. And then making our way to the headlights, you have your LED turn signals with your LED daytime running lights and your high and low beam projection lights right there. That is pretty sick. Look aggressive. That thing look aggressive coming down the road. Whew, look at that thing. Now we're making our way to the side profile of the vehicle. This have a length of 187 inches with a wheelbase of 112 inches. And you have disc brakes in all four corners with Brembo brakes. This is the M package. So as you can see, you got the M right there. Nothing cheap about this thing. That's the M package. So yeah. You have your color matching mirror caps that match the body with your LED turn signal, and you have a camera right there. And look on the side of that thing. Got that sharp body line, but it's very faint though. That sharp body line is very faint, but yeah, you can see it a little bit once you get close up to it. But that is nice, that sharp body line. You have flush doors, so it'll give you that flush feel, but you know, you just boom, back in the days type deal. We're making our way to the back of the vehicle. You have xDrive BMW logo with your X330. So you know what that means. That's a X3i30 type deal. And your tail lights is, you have your LED tail lights with your LED brake lights alongside your reverse lights, and you have your reflector right there. And on the lower bumper, you have your parking sensors with your rear diffuser. That is pretty sick. And your third brake light is right there. Let's take one more look at the BMW X3 exterior. The exterior is very nice. The styling is very modern. You know, BMW is always like 5 years ahead, even though if you look at some of their vehicles nowadays, it look like it's belong in 2026. This one look like it'll be belong in 2030. So BMW always 5 years ahead of the game. So yeah. Under the hood is a 2-liter twin-powered turbocharged inline 4, producing 255 horses for the torque, 295 at 4,000 RPM. This baby can sprint from 0 to 60 in 6.2 seconds with a top speed of 131 miles per hour. But efficiency have not been forgotten, 33 on the highway and 27 in the city. Here's the sound of it. Now we're making our way inside of the vehicle. We're greeted with basically tan leather seats with red stitching that ties in very nicely. And yeah, this thing is nice. So you have your digital tachometer. On the left you have your MPH. On the right you have your RPMs with your battery percentage. And right there on the lower left hand, you have your gas gauge, and on the lower right hand, you have your engine temp. So yeah, and in the middle, you have your map. Now we're making our way back to your leather wrap steering wheel, and this steering wheel is chunky. It's feeling good in my hands. It's very chunky. So yeah. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have your cruise control settings. On the right side of the steering wheel, you have your Bluetooth and volume button with voice command. Alongside your plus and minus pedal shifters, you see on the minus part, it says boost. So you know you get an extra boost. Behind the plus and minus, you have your turn signals with your wiper blades. So yeah. Right here on the door, you have your standard unlock and lock with your memory settings. Operate your air flow. So it's a little tight, it's touch sensitive. So yeah. So if you want half, boom. If you want 0 with no airflow out of there, boom. Or you can just slide all the way up and call it a day. So, looking down on the door panel, you have your one-touch window control with mirror control alongside your trunk release. And you have your window lock. So one cool feature that I like about this is 11:17, and it says it is 11:15. And this little random little word thing, but it spells out different things. That is pretty dope. And then you have your maps. You press this, you have all your apps right there, your recent apps right there. So you have BMW Maps, Media, interior camera, but you gotta set up your BMW ID to order to operate that. So yeah. My mode, weather, display, sounds, climate control, interior lighting. So you know you have ambient lighting throughout the vehicle. So it give you that too. So yeah. But right here is your climate or your air source. So like I said, on the door is the same way. You can slide to let air in or out. So 0 is basically no air coming out. It's basically closed off vent. And 1 means the vent is open. You got your hazard lights, you got your match. Right here is your wireless charging pad with your 2 Type-C outlets alongside your 2 cup holder areas. So you have your engine start stop button with your electronic shifter. This particular model is the 8-speed automatic transmission. And this button right here, put the car in park. So reverse, reverse drive, and then slightly in the middle is neutral. Then right there, you have your auto hold right there. And then just in case, BMW is keeping it very traditional and still keeping that that touchpad right here, or multi-function down, so you can still go through different things that go through your infotainment center very quick. So you know, if you don't want to take your hand and you're used to driving a BMW, you got that. Now we're making our way inside of the center console. This is pretty deep. I'm gonna be honest with you. You could probably put about 12 Twinkies in here, maybe 6 Zebra cakes, and 1 bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest with you, shoot. You have your glove box for your extra storage space. This is pretty small. I'm not gonna say lines, so you ain't putting that much stuff in there, but yeah, it's pretty small. We done made our way up to your interior lighting with your moonroof control alongside your SOS safety connect and your camera. So yeah, that's the camera right there. So you got the interior camera. Now we're making our way to the back of the vehicle. We're also greeted with tan leather seats with red stitching throughout the whole vehicle. It's tied in very nicely. You got the black, so tan black with red stitching. That is pretty dope. And looking on the door panel, that is metal. And you got your Harman Kardon speakers right there with your one-touch window control down there. Making our way inside of the vehicle, you have your air vent with your climate control down here. This seat is adjusted to my height. I'm 5'11", and I still got a decent amount of leg. Well, no, I got a little leg room, but it feels good back here. So I can actually take this on a road trip. So I'm 5'11" with a decent amount of headroom. So yeah, I can sit back here comfortably. I ain't gonna sit in front. Like yo, mom, take me to. No, I'm just joking. I ain't gonna tell my mom to take me to McDonald's. Because what? There'll be no more Artofspeedd, I'm gonna be honest with you. We're making our way to the cargo area, measuring at 31.5 cubic feet, with all the seats folded down, measuring at 67.1 cubic feet. Wow, this is pretty spacious. You can put about 6-7 luggage back here. As soon as I put my feet on gas and accelerate, and the brake release, and this is that 2-liter just kicked in. That 2-liter just kicked in, and that thing was ready to go. That 255 horses, it don't seem like it's 255 horses. I'm gonna be honest with you, but it's 295 pound-feet of torque. So that torque is what's catapulting you. And I felt like it put me back in my chair just a little bit on throttle, like I get from my boy Rady's Ride. So yeah. Once again, huge shout out to Checker Flag BMW for allowing me to review the 2026 BMW X3. If you need any information about them, I'll leave a link in the description below. Like always, good people, browse the channel, like, subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.